When Pastor Junius Joplin was younger, she was told to always tell her truth. And last month, she did exactly that.
I want you to hear me when I tell you that I'm not just supposed to be a pastor. I'm supposed to be a woman. Hi, friends. Hi, family. My name is Junius. You can call me June. I'm a transgender woman, and my pronouns are she and her.
And June joins us this morning here on Your Morning. June, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You came out as transgender, a two-year congregation back in June. Why was now the time that you chose to do that?
Yeah, a month ago today. Well, just based on the journey I had been on, the journey of self-acceptance and getting some help and seeing some progress being made and where my congregation was in terms of its congregational life, it made sense. And so I was looking at sometime in June of 2020, and COVID changed things a little bit, but not too dramatically.
Yeah, most services went online, as we saw from your sermon there.
That's right.
In the moments leading up to that sermon, what was going through your mind? What were you thinking about? What were you feeling?
Well, I was anxious, nervous, like afraid in a way that I don't think I've ever been just before delivering a sermon. I wondered if maybe this was the last opportunity I would get to ever, say something like this, at least to this congregation of folks. And I hoped that the message I had to deliver would make a difference in the lives of not just the people close to me, but, that the reach would be broader too.
You mentioned the church, and, many people know the church has not always been welcoming to members of the LGBTQ2+ community. You did not tell the church ahead of time that you would be coming out during this sermon. What's been the response since you delivered it a month ago today?
Well, folks are kind of all over the place. In most congregations, you'll have folks who are theologically or socially kind of all across the spectrum. And I would say that most of the people that have been reaching out to me have been overwhelmingly positive and accepting and loving. I had I had lunch with a couple of church members just on Sunday afternoon, and they said, we think that this new version of our pastor is better than ever.
Why did you choose the name Junius?
I chose the name Junius because in the New Testament letter of Romans, there is an apostle named Junius, and she was a female apostle that male translators of the New Testament masculinized for centuries. They saw that name and said there couldn't possibly have been a female apostle, and so they made up a name that really didn't exist. They put an S on the end of it, Junius, which I think in the language of the New Testament is a masculine version of the name. So she is a Christian leader who's had to assert her womanhood, her femininity across the ages.
So it fits. June, just before we let you go, you sent out a tweet yesterday in preparation of coming onto Your Morning, talking about the dress that you would be choosing to wear. Yeah. Is this the dress that you were talking about, and what's the significance for you?
Yeah, well, I lived in Richmond, Virginia for 12 years. I went to seminary there. I served my first pastorate there, and I have a number of friends that are still there. Last year, I was in town for the graduation of the seminary, and one of my best friends delivered the commencement speech, and afterwards we went to lunch in this wonderful little neighborhood of town, and there's this great vintage store on Carey Street. It's called Bygones Vintage, and I was presenting mail at the time, but my friends helped me pick out this dress, and the store staff was really great. They saw me kind of looking at the dresses and said, we can start a dressing room for you if you like, and didn't have any problem with that. So I bought this in Richmond, and I think it is my very favorite dress.
June, I want to thank you for coming on Your Morning. Great to meet you. Thanks for sharing your story with the rest of Canada here.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.